Well, Oklahoma went beats Tulane 34-19 today, and I had a lot of questions going into that game, looking for some improvements. I seen some improvements, but then I seen some bad stuff too. We all did. It, but I was looking to see if uh, OU could at least get some running game going. I was also looking to see how our O line was coming up, and if and how Jackson Arnold was going to come back after last week. But first, I'm your host, Mike the Legend, the Sooner Legends podcast. Thank you for pulling up to the channel. Well, guys, we went into the game first quarter 7-0, and it kind of stalled there for a little bit, and then it opened up. Jackson found a rhythm. He was dinking and dunking. Seth had some plays called for him. We were looking pretty snazzy in that first half. And when we went into the first half, uh, 21-6, and feeling pretty good. But then, tale of two halves. Wished you could win it at halftime and go home, but that's not how football's played. You got to play 4 quarters, and we come out in the second half, kicked a field goal, and then it kind of went crazy after that. I mean, we got stagnant. Jackson threw a pick six. But before I get into the pick six, Michael Tarquin, Spencer Brown, you guys need to be in the equipment room managing the equipment. You don't need to be on the football field. Michael Tarquin, especially. How do you allow 2 back-to-back plays? And I sat there and watched it. Well, maybe Mike on one, it was Michael Tarquin's fault. I'll have to go back and watch the game. But one block pass was Michael Tarquin's fault. He let that guy in there and blocked JA's pass. And then another play came in, blocked another JA pass. And plus, Tarquin got 2 penalties for being in the wrong spot. Now, how in the cornbread hell do you manage that? But I digress. Just our O line got to getting into some sloppy play, got into a slump, allowing major pressure on Jackson, and getting stuffed on the run game. Which up to that point, our running game was clipping along nicely. Not nicely, but I mean, we was establishing in a running game, and then it just went there for a little bit. And then Jackson throws that pick six. And I could see I didn't have to go on social media to know that the Debbie Downers and the negative Nancy's was going to have a field day because of the pick six. And at that point, I think it was, let's see, they scored 7 in the third quarter. It's 24-13. And it got close. It really did. But Jackson, here's what I was looking for in Jackson Arnold after that pick six. How would he handle throwing a pick six and getting Tulane within earshot of maybe pulling off the upset? He just comes back and runs a touchdown, takes control of the game. Simple as that. And pretty much at that point, I felt that OU had sealed the victory at that point, and then they got a field goal there at the end. So You know, all is not lost. So let's kind of look at the stats in that game. I'm going on team stats. Uh, let's see. Oklahoma, our defense rose to the occasion. We held Tulane to under 200 yards passing and well under 200 yards rushing for a total of 279 total yards. Oklahoma was 349 yards. And they got that through 167 passing yards and 182 rushing yards. And our average yards per play was Oklahoma was 4.7, Tulane was 4.2, so that was kind of even. First downs, OU got 23, Tulane 16. Third down efficiency, that's another uh, area I was looking at improvement on. We were 8 of 16, so that means we were 50% this game in third down efficiency. Moved up a little bit, got better. That's what I was wanting to see because the last 2 weeks, our third down pickups was almost nil. And of course, Tulane, they were 5 for 15. Not going to talk about fourth down efficiency because there really was. Tulane picked, they went for it twice on, or 3 times on fourth down, only picking up 1 fourth down, and total plays for OU was 75. And punts, we punted 5 yards or 5 times, Tulane 6. We got a fumble that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, but Jackson threw the interception. Here's another area that I was looking at for improvement on Oklahoma was the time of possession, or what I refer to as top. And OU controlled that clock 31 42 time of possession to Tulane's 28-18. So we had good clock management after it was all said and done. And that's another area I was looking at to see if we were going to get better at. And that's another box of mine that was checked off. Go through our player stats here. Jackson Arnold was 18 for 29 for 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the day for rushing, our leading rusher was our quarterback. 14 carries for 98 yards, averaging 6.9 per pop and 2 touchdowns. Man, he almost became the first player since Kenny Stills that y'all remember the wide receiver Kenny Stills. Jackson Arnold almost became the first player since Kenny Stills to get 2 touchdowns going over 100 yards in a single game. I was pushing for it. Javante Barnes, 14 carries for 53 yards, averaging 3.8. Taylor Tatum, 9 carries for 27 yards, averaging 3 yards per carry and 1 tutty. Gavin Sawchuk, 6 carries for 16 yards, averaging 2.7. We need to get him involved in a little more in our run game. And as far as receiving goes, I'm just going to go with the top 3. I'm not going to go through the whole list. Our top receiving player was Deion Burke, 7 receptions for 80 yards and averaged 11.4 yards per reception. Bayer Sharp come in number 2 with 4 yards at 28 yards per 7 yards average per reception. And Zion Reagans had one catch for 13 yards, and he averaged 13 yards. So I was glad to see him at least have a crucial catch on a pickup fourth down. And let me tell you something. If people don't think that our defense is solid or playing at a high level, you didn't watch today. Danny Stutzman, another outstanding day today. 12 solo tackles. Uh, Dominic Williams was mentioned. DJ Terry, Jaden Jackson, uh, Billy Bowman come up with a crucial INT at the end of the game or towards the end of the game. Thank God we got him, because I was starting to question the secondary, because I mean Tulane's offense was chewing us up and spitting us out there some in the second half. But I digress. Billy Bowman come up when we needed him and got an INT. And now let's talk about my boy, R. Mason Thomas. There at the last, 2 quarterback sacks and a strip sack. And he also got the trifecta on that strip sack. Not only did he come off his block on the offensive lineman, he got to the quarterback, he stripped the ball from the quarterback, and he got his own strip. R. Mason Thomas is my defensive player of the week. He gets. I'm gonna start something. I don't know what to call it. I'm trying to make a play on Coach I with the tailgate ticket. I'm just going to go with the old helmet sticker on defense. R. Mason Thomas gets my helmet sticker of the week for coming up clutch with 2 sacks, one of them being a strip sack and fumble recovery at a crucial moment in the game to give us our win. And on offense, my helmet sticker, even though he threw a pick 6, I'm going to go with I'm riding with JA, because if you've seen his moxie, his poise, his after the pick 6, he didn't let it affect him. And that when he threw the pick 6, I'll admit it got to me. But then I said, "Hey, legend, Mike, calm down. Let's see what he does when he gets the ball back." And he stood in there and shined. Didn't rattle him. So, and everybody knows playing that quarterback position, it's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. I say this all the time, guys. You're going to get a pick 6 here once or twice, if not 3 times, maybe 4 times in your career. But all of this is building Jackson. And he got better from last week, minus the pick 6. But he still performed better than he did against Houston. So jump down in the comments, tell me who your players is that gets the helmet stickers for the week. 1 on offense, 1 on defense. Guys, we're at 467 subscribers. I'm 33 away from being monetized, or just a little bit of monetization from 500. So if you're new to the family, new to the channel, hop down, hit that red subscriber button, turn on your post notification bells. And if you're watching from a computer, down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, you will see a red YouTube emblem. You can hover your little mouse over that, and you can subscribe from there without leaving the video. Guys, I've got an awesome fan base, and I'm going to give a shout out. I'm not going to say how much, but I will say that Garrett, if I have problems with your last name, I'm sorry, brother. But Garrett Bullware, seen my support the channel, and he donated to the channel. So I'm going to give you a shout out, Garrett. Much appreciated, brother. You're one of my subs, guys. I will leave my credentials where if you would like to donate, feel free to. But I'm not going to ask, because with the way grocery prices and gas prices, we're all just living paycheck to paycheck. But I'll just leave my credentials in the description below, and y'all can, if y'all would like to, go ahead. I'm not going to say nothing if you don't, because I have an awesome family here of my subscribers. So y'all have a great day. Boomer Sooner, this is the legend. We'll see you on the backside.